Thank you, President. Conference and Goodwin, National Executive Council, speaking in support of Motion 26 as amended. Conference, Worth is a campaign of which we can be very proud. It focuses on our industrial agenda around pay and addresses how pitiful pay impacts the lives of our members, their families and the communities in which they serve. The campaign, which heavily critiques the government's austerity agenda, highlights how public sector wages have been devalued through the imposition of pay restraint. It also rubbishes the correlative ideology that pay restraint limits the need for job losses and cuts to terms and conditions of employment. Whilst our campaign is part of a longer-term strategy, right now it is more important than ever as we see action on pay growing as a key issue within our service groups. We need the campaign to sustain momentum and continue building the confidence of our members. Turning now to the living wage campaign. A once safety net, now turned poverty trap. The national minimum wage has failed to keep pace with inflation and so can no longer be seen as a minimum pay rate upon which people can depend their living. Not only is the national minimum wage pitiful, it's also unfair, as it discriminates on grounds of age and promotes a view that young workers are merely cheap labour. The trade union movement did not establish itself on the back of settling for the worst, but on being ambitious and fighting for a better deal. So now a living wage must be the target we set our sights on. A living wage for all, irrespective of age or workplace designation. And we are having some success. Most recently, the higher education pay settlement has seen the employers commit to paying the living wage on university campuses for those on a 35-hour week. We are determined to ensure that the messages of our Worth It and living wage campaigns are communicated to all of our members. Clearly, from having this motion submitted, we need to do more to get the message across to our young members. The NEC gives a commitment to work with the National Young Members Forum to look how we can encourage more young members to participate in these campaigns. We will look to the good practices currently underway in such regions as the Northern region, where young members are already actively promoting the living wage through campaign stalls in workplaces. We will share that good practice and look to how we can better reach out to all of our members, especially our young ones. Conference, please support the motion.